Fight fam, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. Class in session. Shakur Stevenson vs. Robson Conceicao is a good matchup to round off young Shakur's campaign at super featherweight. Shakur has many wrinkles in which I've covered on this channel. He can fight moving forward, backward, or using lateral movement as well as at any distance. Conceicao is more of a boxer-puncher who controls range from the outside, where he counterpunches and likes to throw combinations. In past film studies, I've noted that Shakur doesn't have many glaring flaws evidenced by his place on the plus-minus list and how little he gets hit per round. With that said, I've mentioned Shakur leaves his hand in the sling when he shoots the lead cross using the Philly shell, which leaves him open as any other fighter who drops the lead hand when throwing the backhand. And Shakur actually gets caught to the body pivoting out once it's time to change angles while moving backwards with his back nearing the ropes. As well as in the normal Philly shell, that body shot to the lead side is just a common opening. In his latest fight versus Oscar Valdez, Valdez was landing a lead cross on a more consistent basis than any other Shakur opponent has landed anything. While Shakur controls distance amongst the best in boxing and also has amongst the best reflexes to pull, he hasn't displayed a great amount of head movement as it pertains to changing head slots. Shakur ended up relying on his reflexes to pull across at the last moment. However, Conceicao pushes his backhands and crosses that aren't aimed for the body. His backhand flails up and ends up forming the start of a forceful high five before he pushes it from the elbow to the target, a definite technical form issue that ensures the fist doesn't turn over, so it creates more of a push or a downward slap when the elbow locks at the end. Conceicao often utilizes a false step for a quick change in rhythm on his jab and jab setups. There's a few issues. Many times he is unaware of distance and ends up stepping where he doesn't need to and throws a single mid-range jab. Sometimes he starts wide and ends up well beyond balanced on the step. Conceicao throws very wide lead hand hooks. Unlike a technically sound cross from a high guard, wide lead hand hooks fit directly into the type of punches that Shakur's reflexes and step back game are most efficient against.
Change the tide. He's had great success in the first round. Nothing
Get outside of himself and go back to his own.
Now he tries to
getting hit, trying to get your offense up.
Oh, that's a good.
Yep, counter punchers, they like distance so they can see the punches coming. Look at Shakur Stevenson stepping back, straight left hand, boom. But
Andre Ward, it's a very easy one to score.
Unfortunately for Conceicao, he hasn't fought a southpaw relative to the level of Shakur since the amateurs where he fought Lomachenko amongst others. Although it was a sad performance, for now, it's just important to point out that Robson's experience as a professional in the open stance is limited, to say the least. Last but likely most impactful, Conceicao is yet another Stevenson opponent who defaults and relies on the high guard. While he slides in and out of range with the high guard when he's at his best, it's still an inactive high guard that has plenty of holes.
Maintains control of this fight. On the outside, Conceicao is fantastic. Weakness in Conceicao's game.
Uppercut in the left hook, and Martinez was able to get. Martinez comes with a lead left hook of his own.
Back or counter. You know, even in the inside, he never loses form.
Double jab trying to split that guard and find an opening. Martinez
changing outside. Martinez consistently, and right now in the last round and in this round,
right. You know, because of the experience that he's faced. Oh, there it is. Ooh.
And this is why, because Oscar Valdez does have that devastation. You're in your opponent's hometown. He's the world champion. The onus is.
While Conceicao does switch up his guard ever so often, he tends to always shield up at some point. Plus, when facing southpaws, the lead hand is aligned, so it's likely Conceicao shields up due to that immediate threat as evidenced in the amateurs.
Championships in 2010 and 11. He's one perfectly oiled machine in the ring, and it shows in this tournament. He stopped his man with a vicious liver shot, but a nice shot by Lomachenko seemed to buckle Robson just a bit. Left to the body or right to the... And here comes Vasil, just continuing that he was not comfortable with a position in the squad.
Already covered on other Shakur Stevenson film studies, I'll simply say that through a myriad of tactics and maneuvers, Shakur toys with high guards. I'll let the montage of Stevenson exploiting the high guard speak for itself.
A lot bigger than Oscar Valdez. This is
Outboxing and being slick and moving away. That's not the case right now.
Lands with that right hook. Goes to...
Judges are scoring the fact that Oscar Valdez is coming for.
But then Valdez allows Shakur Stevenson to doesn't want to be down 5-1.
Alone, to your point, as Stevenson.
There's the rangefinder. He's looking for the uppercut and the combination left hand. Wow, domination.
Right now.
That high guard is not serving him well. There was a left uppercut that came in. Shakur very good at changing levels. Three-punch combination. Head.
Yeah, but see the ring IQ right here? Okay, you want to put the high guard up? Okay, I'm going to come straight down the middle. I'm going to come around the guard. I'm going to hit you anywhere I can to the body, changing levels. But that right there, when you see a guy with a high guard, you can come around it or come up the middle.
Cut is worsening, and another left hand comes in. And look at these heads. 12 of 32 on power punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just the best, I mean the biggest, but the best.
Yes.
The most accomplished.
That came in here, this fight with a made-up mind. He just hurt.
Finding those levels to it.
And maybe at some point...
Surprise, surprise, I like Shakur Stevenson to beat Robson Conceicao. He's simply the fighter with more skills, the better skills, and the higher boxing IQ. The sports books reflect the same. It's possible that when the prop lines pop up, we can get a plus on Shakur by stoppage. I could see a ref or a corner stoppage due to the high guard issue and accumulative damage being possible, similar to the Jamel Herring fight. The issue is Robson isn't above playing spoiler and surviving. Sportsbooks link in the description if you want some smoke. Anyway, I want to know who you got. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Peace.